Hi everyone, this is AG and welcome back to Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor. Let me see. Today we're going to stick with another two stories. So maybe I'll start one with Thomas goes fishing, and then the other one. Let me check here. See if anything special in that foot. Well, I'll save those for James for the last. So I'll finish off the other stories first. Oh, maybe I could do one story about James then, because I feel like, well, not. Oh, there's some other stories here. Well, maybe I'll go with those with an exclamation mark first. So maybe I'll take one story about Thomas, and then the other story about like one of the stories about James then, which James should only be available in the deluxe version. Okay, let me go with the one with Thomas first. So Thomas goes fishing.
Thomas goes fishing. When Thomas puffed along his branch line, he always looked forward to something special: the sight of the river. As he rumbled over the bridge, he would see people fishing. Thomas often wanted to stay and watch. One day, Thomas stopped as usual to take on water at the station by the river. Out of order? Bother! I'm thirsty. Never mind, Thomas, said his driver. We'll get some water from the river. They found a bucket and some rope and went to the bridge.
Okay, so what do I have to do now? I need to stop at the location at the bridge, at the river bridge out there. So just 100, just the 200 yards outside of the station. So I'll need to get Thomas, go to that point. Okay, that one's an easy one. We're carrying with like Andy and Clarabelle at the back, so just have to go slowly here, and we'll just reach that point on the bridge. Oh, and I just realized that I haven't get other engines being derailed so far, only Gordon Thomas, not the other engines. Anyway, so let me stop here. Okay, now I need to climb down from the cab. Should get off this way. Should walk to here. And then let me lower the bucket. So click on the bucket to lower it down to collect some water. Oh, there's an animation of it. Great. Okay, we got some water and set the bucket, pick it up. Should I select the water tank and fill up the Thomas with water? Oh, I could climb up here. Okay, I'll open this one and then click forward.
That's good, puffed Thomas happily.
Okay, let me walk over to the side of the bridge. And I'll get more water. Oh, I just realized I actually climbed on Thomas. I hope this one is not simply only available in this story. It would be great if we could also climb up to other engines, like whether it's story mode or in the free roam mode. How much do I have to get for this one? got the water for a third time already. Quite a bit to get. Okay, not enough. Okay, do they have to really repeat this animation each time to get the water? I think they could just play it once, then it should be fine. In terms of like letting things move slowly. Okay, finished. Then climb up, back to the camp, and then driver position. And then we need to go to the Midway station. Okay, we're back on track here. Okay, I see a comment. So hi over there. So beautifully and pretty. So I'm trying to like try to sound like how the engine actually sounds, like whistling or the sound of the moving train or something like that. Oops, whistle it here. Okay, actually, I could go faster now. The speed limit is a little bit higher. And here, there's another whistle. Okay, we have another comment from the same viewer here, but it was so first. And then you're surprised that they make me do it twice because they only showed it being lowered once in the show. So, maybe it's because of the setting or how the game is designed, so they decided to let us to like get more water for Thomas because you can see actually that water level within the water tank actually being filled up after we have got the water for several times. I think they're trying to like simulate the real situation here. And for the show, because the time is quite limited, because so that I would think that they're just going to show once. Oh, and okay, another whistle sign here. But I do think getting the water several times is not really a problem, but like they keep repeating that animation that's actually not really necessary. So, okay, I think I'm doing fine today, so yeah. Thanks for asking. And back to Thomas here, so kind of like keep going. Actually, I can go fast. Okay, just around 300 something yards out there. We're going to stop at Midway Station. Yeah, be careful here. I don't want to derail Thomas again, although I don't mind having another video of Thomas carrying Annabelle, and Clarabelle to be derailed. But that's not the objective of this story, so I'll just keep him safe for now. So maybe free roam, I can get Thomas derailed. Okay, get Sodor and stop at that point here. Okay, done. Okay, unlock the doors. Let's get keyboard to unlock the doors. Okay, I see Annie is not quite happy. I'm not so sure why. Okay, let me lock the doors. We could continue the journey. Okay, we're heading to Hackenbeck Station. Okay, we could go fast because the speed limit is higher at this point. There should be not really any chances to be derailed as long as we're staying at the speed limit. Whistle sign here. They're probably worried about being late. So to me in the show or in this game, this story, Well, if you're talking about the story, there's actually not much of a time limit that I have seen so far for stories within this game. The only thing that I have seen about the time would be something like in the timetables book have a shroud on it, and then the other one should be like the standard race with that is not actually a timed mission thing. So perhaps maybe like for stories that I have seen so far, there should be only like the timetables book that counts your time trying to reach the station on time, something like that. If you're talking about the show, then I'm not really sure about that. Okay, another whistle sign here, so whistle tongues and just keep going. 500 yards ahead to arrive at Hackenbeck Station. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Yeah, should be slow. We're arriving at the station, so okay, let me stop by and try to read a comment from our viewer here. Whoops, a little bit too much. Okay, we're boarding passengers, so you said, you mean that rolling stop might not basically have a timer, but that doesn't mean the characters wouldn't worry about such thing. Oh, you mean that one. Well, that doesn't really necessarily affecting the stories, but I feel like they may not put that much of a like expressions by the characters.
Suddenly, Thomas began to feel a pain in his boiler. "Oh dear," groaned Thomas. "I think I'm going to burst. I've got such a pain. I've got such a pain."
Okay, we have to get him to Farquhar Yacht Junction first. So we still have to keep going. And in terms of like characters would not worry about, doesn't mean the characters would not worry about such thing. I do think like that's more of a worry for them in the series, in the TV show. And in here they may not really like putting in too many details in the story mode. Here you can see that they don't really show expressions to us about being, for some stories maybe, but not each of the story, I think. I hope they won't explode. I guess we just had to get him to the yacht junction to stop there, so that are we going to get more water for him, or like I don't know. He just looks quite worried. Okay, let's stop here. Stop location. Okay, we have to uncouple. That's done automatically.
They stopped just outside the last station, uncoupled Annie and Clarabelle, and ran Thomas, who was still groaning, onto a siding right out of the way.
What do I have to do? Okay, I need to get to the siding. So let me go there. Okay, because the changing track thing is automatically done, so we don't have those levers to be pulled ourselves, and those, as you can see, there are signals. And of course there's a lever, but we don't have to do that ourselves. So just need to get to the siding. get slower. Well, so let me see your comment here. So steam locomotives generate firebolts. Crowns are slow when they. Okay, so that means they always need to have sufficient level of water then.
Then, while the guard telephoned for an engine inspector, the driver found a notice with large letters, which he hung on Thomas in front and behind. Danger, keep away. Soon the inspector and Sir Topham Hatt arrived. Cheer up, Thomas, they said. We'll soon put you right. The driver told them what had happened. So the feed pipe is blocked, said the inspector. I'll just look in the tanks.
Okay, feed pipe is locked. Probably
He climbed
is what
up
our
and
viewer
peered in.
has set in the chat.
Then he came down. Excuse me, sir. Please look in the tank and tell me what you see. Certainly, Inspector, replied Sir Topham Hatt. He clambered up, looked in, and nearly fell off in surprise. Inspector, he whispered, can you see fish? Gracious goodness me, how did the fish get there, driver? We must have fished them from the river with our bucket, replied Thomas's driver. Well, Thomas, you and your driver have been fishing. But fish don't suit you. We must get them out. They all took turns fishing in Thomas's tank, while Sir Topham Hatt looked on and told them how to do it. Never mind, Thomas, said Sir Topham Hatt. You will be all right now. There's no need to worry yourself any more. But, he added, I do hope that you and your driver won't go fishing again, as I don't think it suits engines. Do you? No, sir, said Thomas sadly. Engines shouldn't go fishing. It's too uncomfortable.
Okay, we have finished the story, not a very long one as we can see here. So let me read some comments from our viewer again. So this is actually something that happened is in real life, and though some crews will keep fish in the tanks to keep them clean. So do you mean like really keep the fish in the tanks so keep them clean? So you mean keep the tank clean or anything else? I'm not too familiar with like the steam locomotives. So but it is something new to learn about like that the crews may keep the fish in the tanks. Okay, so that's something we have learned from our viewer here. So we see. What should I do next? Let me check. Oh, I should continue with this, like going to the next story then. Okay, we have done Thomas and Bertie during the last live stream. So let me get to the next one. So the next one will be like the Titman sheds, like or troublesome trucks, or oh, I mentioned I want to do one with James in it, which comes from the deluxe version. So let me see. Okay, I'll pick this one up. Leaves. So leaves on the railway cause trouble for James.
Leaves. One morning, two men were cleaning Gordon after he had acted rather foolishly and ended up rolling off the turntable and into a muddy ditch. Mind my eyes, grumbled Gordon. Have you ever seen so much mud? Said one of the cleaners. No, I haven't, said the other. You ought to be ashamed, Gordon, letting yourself get so dirty. But, thought Gordon, I don't have time to worry about my appearance like some engines do. The hosing and scrubbing suddenly stopped. Gordon opened his eyes, but quickly closed them again when he saw who was standing in front of him. Wake up, Gordon, said Sir Topham Hatt, and listen to me. Given your recent behaviour, I've decided that you will pull no more coaches until you prove to me that you can be a really useful engine. Perhaps pulling trucks for a while will teach you a lesson. Yes, sir, said Gordon quietly. So Gordon had to spend his time pulling and pushing trucks.
Okay, for the time being, let me read another comment from our viewers. So, that one is actually really to keep the tank clean because sitting water can build up. Instead of the algae, it build up and block the injectors, covering
goods trains, he
everything
muttered.
that we just saw. Okay.
Oh, the shame of it. And he bumped the trucks again.
Well, I do have a question.
Cried the trucks as he shunted them around the yard. James was standing nearby watching him. Trucks will be trucks, he said. They won't with me, grunted Gordon. I'll teach them. They tried to push me down the hill this morning, he explained. It's slippery there, so you'll probably need help. I don't need help on hills, huffed James. Gordon laughed and headed off to get ready for his next goods train. Come on, James, said his driver. It's almost time for the express. And with that, James puffed away to collect his waiting coaches. The guard soon blew his whistle and James puffed away. Come on, he puffed to the coaches.
Okay, take the time to take a picture of James here. First time taking a picture of him, so take a picture first. So about that, I do have a question about keeping the fish in the tank. If our viewer is still here, is there any specific amounts of fishes that have to be kept in the tank to keep the tank clean in this way? I'm just asking because I'm wondering, you cannot really have too many fishes in the tank, or otherwise something will happen similar to Thomas. So I'm just thinking about it. So anyway, okay, what's the next thing that I have to do? To go forward, right? I'm going to go to somewhere like 3.9 miles away from here. Anyway, I'll get James started first. So we're putting how many coaches? There should be 4 coaches. Anyway, this bright red paint on James. Maybe I should go faster. Ooh, there's something different here. I feel like James could actually go fast if we see the hut. It's he's having 25, 50, 75, 100, and 125 miles per hour on the hut. Is that only specific to James or like other larger engines, or not so sure about that? Because I remember our original Thomas, but I think each of them is the 15, 30, 45, something like that. So it would be probably like just 2 fishes. And no worries, I'm just like a little bit curious about like keeping fish in the tank. Just a little bit more knowledge that we have learned today from our tour. Wow, this bridge is actually quite high here. That was the harbor, right? So I can go faster now. So, or we could go to like 80.
The train was soon running nicely, and James began to feel confident. Slippery hills indeed. I don't need help, he puffed.
I think this one is speed up right now. Stop at Wellsburg platform 2. Yeah, I feel like it's probably slightly more than 80 because it's something between 75 and 100 miles. And see the whistle sign yet. Yeah, trying to catch speed because the upward change here. Hit speed limits outside. Yeah, that's how we're like at a very high speed. Still trying to speed it up here. Next stop is quite far away. Keep going quite fast. It's regular driving on the little track here. Okay, so 100 plus is mostly just for there's so amount of 6 engines. If you have less version, the more than strongest one amount of engines. And I think we do not have an end here. I'm just not sure if we can speak the maximum speed limits, but depending on the size of the engine. Anyway, I'll try to speed up James. Quite different. So anything over 90 is very impressive for the engine. I remember I saw a video online where there was like YouTube or Instagram. I think someone has pushed more than to his maximum limit, like more than 100 miles per hour. I forgot exactly maximum speed that achieved, but who's that? Okay, so assembly, putting another set of coaches. Halfway there. And try to shim as fast as possible. There's special for changes. Nope. Still happy about it. I think I have to stop like that. So on my eyes, there. I think we have reached 80 miles per hour. Okay, we should slow down. We can put like 18. Or pushing like 130. that's actually quite fast. We could push it at 130 for Gordon, then let me just go slow because I feel like there's 200 yards there and may have to wait at there unless we got a go signal. Anything near that point. So I think we should have a go signal. Okay, we have a go signal, but it's like slightly less than 300 yards anyway, so keep at this slow speed and get James into the platform. Or keep it go slower. Speed limit is something less than like 15 miles per hour. Just keep it the speed. Okay, stop slightly. Okay. Done.
James soon arrived at the next station. He was feeling very pleased with himself, but he kept thinking about what Gordon had said. "I'll show Gordon who needs help on hills," he said to himself.
Okay, let's see a comment there.
But soon, James reached the bottom of the hill. Strong winds from the sea made the hill hard to climb. Leaves fallen from the nearby trees were now covering the rails, and the recent rainfall meant that they were too heavy to be blown away by the wind. I'll do it, he puffed. But his wheels slipped on the leaves. I must do it, he panted. But try as he might, his wheels kept on slipping, and he couldn't pull the train at all. Help, help, cried James. His wheels were turning forwards, but the heavy coaches pulled him backwards, and soon the whole train started slipping down the hill.
Oh no.
James's driver applied the brakes, then going carefully reversed the train back down the hill, and they headed back to the station.
So let me read the comment. Oops, there's the go to the story.
When they arrived, they found Gordon waiting, who had seen everything. I thought you said you could climb hills, he chuckled. James didn't answer. He had no steam left to say anything. Ah, well, we live and learn, said Gordon. Never mind, little James. I'm going to push from behind. Whistle when you're ready.
What should I do now? Are we with Gordon or let's stop here? So I think we're with Gordon now. And maybe let me read the comment from our viewer. So the problem is certain point that would just kill you at the kind of speed. So that would just so that would actually brings down the whole steam engines, or is that case? And though surprisingly, Emily could go through points like 78 miles per hour, right? Where Golden had to go significantly slower. Well, I didn't compare the two, but I feel like maybe that one is some kind of settings, probably in the game, or does that actually happen in real life? Okay, so anyway, we got to drive Gordon in James' story. We have to stop here and wait. How do I stop and wait here? Oops, I got it wrong. Should go backward. I missed that objective on top left hand side. Stop location well worth shots. I did not see that arrow pointing to there, so I just be silly. So I have to stop, go backward, and stop at that point. It's due to how physics works. Okay, so for some reason, Emily's more stable than Gordon. I think it's because of the design of their body, right? They have, like, Gordon and Emily have two different designs of engine body or something. Does that actually affect? Or is there any other reasons that affect that? Okay, we wait for a moment. Yeah. Okay, we have the combo configuration with 6 vehicles. I think I should go forward and get to the back of those coaches then, since I think we're going to push James on the track here. So we go slowly from behind and cover those coaches. So 6 vehicles. So 4 coaches, and then James. So James counts at 2, or James and Gordon count at 2. Oops. Should be good for go.
I'm ready, called James.
So am I,
replied Gordon.
Pull hard.
We'll do it, puffed James.
Okay, so with James now, and we're heading to the next station around 2.3 miles away from here. Wait, driver capture show James, but if we go here, it shows the camera central lies on Gordon, focusing on Gordon. We'll show which one we actually is looking at, because I think there should be a driver and James driver cat, but I feel like the camera's focusing on Gordon. So I'm not so sure which one we're driving now. Oops, too fast there we go. At some point, slower than I almost missed it. Okay, I was slow. So we're still at low speed here. Go faster now then. So anyway, no one tell me we're driving James or we're driving Gordon now. So the only thing I know is the contest would be like Gordon is pushing from behind. But this camera angle like confuses me. Whether we're working with James or Gordon. So anyway, I'll just have to speed up.
Clouds of smoke and steam towered from the snorting engines as they struggled up the hill. We can do it, puffed James.
We will do it,
puffed Gordon. Finally, the 2 engines reached the top.
We've done it! We've done it!
They puffed. The 2 weary engines were puffed out, but they continued onwards to the next station.
So if they just in case of camera change this on Gordon's cat almost back of the train. Okay, let's see. It's about 7 miles away from platform. Okay, that's the 1,000 yards. We need to stop in the store. And should I let James that stop at that point? Let the world stop at that point? Well, I'll have James stop at that point to see if it works. If it's not, then it will be Gordon to stop at that point. Try a little bit. Stop with the James. Stop at that point because the platform is not that long. Otherwise, will be pushed. Those pushes and James will be pushed out of the platform. Okay, we'll stop at this point.
And it wasn't long before they arrived. "Thank you, Gordon," whistled James. Gordon whistled goodbye as he watched James puff away. Then slowly he trundled back to his waiting trucks.
Okay, not really a long story here. So, like, we have already finished 2 stories in this live stream. So, let me get back to the main menu first. I don't think I'm going to. Oops, there's a story. Oh, Jack Frost. Well, I don't think I would like to have the third stories to be looked at here. So maybe I'll do some free roam because I haven't done it done it yet. I would like to start from, let me see, which one should I start it? Which one is a good choice here? Well, what do we have here? Well, I feel like I don't see Gordon's Hill. I only have Henry's Forest. Is there any Gordon's Hill in here? No. Well, then let me pick something that looks interesting. So remember, there should be something like a river floating by, and then there's something to be get on. I forget which one that was. I think it's one of the Percy story there. We can actually explore. Okay, I'll try. What about this one? Henry's Tunnel. Is there anything special about it? Walken's Gate? Well, maybe let me try Henry's Tunnel. So okay, so I call it free roam because I got stuck to the for speed term for like free roam. So they call it explore mode. So if they say if we like to spawn a train, that we use tab key. So if we don't do anything, so that was Harry's Tunnel. So if we do not do anything here, we just like we could climb up there, but we cannot go in there. Could we? No, it's not. So if we don't do anything here, we could actually walk without legs. here. Walk around, see the view, but that's not a good thing to do. They're very meaningless unless you want to walk all the way through anywhere. So let me spawn an engine. Oh, how do I spawn it? Spawn it here. So that would be like spawn train, model, nothing to choose. Not so sure if this is something brought from the train sim world, but anyway. And for this one, I may want to get Thomas. Who should I get? Maybe I'll get Percy. Ooh, we could choose. We could choose person with 2 red branch line, coaches empty, and then it's just any clever. What about this one? It's just Percy, right? Mail train, and this one is with is it loaded? Well, that was with customer, with the passengers. So trucks, coaches, box vans, and the brick van, troublesome trucks. Well, I just prefer with just Percy then. So we pick a point to spawn Percy. Okay, so that we'll then have Percy. Is that a correct direction then? Okay, make sure set path using the map with number 9, T9 on the map. Select the train and select where you like it to go. So this one is Henry's Tunnel. And how do I use this way to move it? Smoking Gate. What about this way? This way is good. Bikers Town, and that one ends there. Good siding. This one ends there. This one's to stop. Well, I'm actually going to go to the other way. There's a side track somewhere. So I actually would like to go to like what's actually the usage of those side tracks? Is there anything to be discovered? Well, anyway, let me go to here first. So I'll select this one. So let me exit the train before attempting this. Set the reverser. Okay, let me set it again. So my direction is on a different direction then. So let me choose it again. I would like to go to here. Nope, that was fast travel. Then how do I select that point then? Nope, no fast travel. It asks us to set. What about toggling labels? Oh, toggling labels is like this. Label legend. Map, and then standard. How do I? I'm a little bit confused. Nope, we're already there. Maybe try it again. Oh, I have a flashlight here. Does it have anything to do with Percy here? No, he already has a light here. Can we climb up to Percy's? Feel like no. Not climb up him. Climb up to him. Space is like, is he sleepy or what? How do I get him to change direction? So let me try to get him back. Do I have to go forward? Basically like I should to the other direction. How do I select something? So like, I'm not so sure how it actually works. Or did I already select something? But let me go forward. Oops. Just stop Percy here first. Get him started. Going forward. Stop there. But I'm just going to play for a few minutes here. Ask us to stop at the signal, but then I will have to do something about it. Have to stop here and wait. But what's next? So let me change anything for the signals here. And all of those are just going forward. Nothing for me to choose from here to there. I want to choose that station back there, but they don't let me do it. If I just click on this one, so please, if X train for attempting this. So they will exit the train again. So what will happen if I go past the signal? Okay, so go past the danger. So replace surface. I'm a little bit confused about this one as well. So let me spawn the train. No, that was a one-sided. So perhaps I will have to. That was one-sided tracks only. I feel like they have like 2 tracks here. Anyway, I will skip to this one. Skip to this station. So which way? Yes, which way? So I should go to platform 2 then. Or just go climb. Just climb up the station. So that was the station. Still platform 2, right? Spawn train on platform 2. Wait, saw something else? See something else? Nope. Spawn train. Get Percy again. But I feel like we're at a different location here. Percy again. How do I change the location? Oops. I got 2 Percys at the same time. Is that normal? How do I get rid of this one? Spawn us. Oh, delete the train. So I want to remove that Percy. Okay, cool. So I could actually have all of them. Does it look like a nightmare if I get like 3, 5 Percy in the same place? So I'll spawn another Percy. So there will be like 3 Percys here. How do I get them all in? It looks so strange. So what will happen if I... So we have to set the path using the background 9, select the train and then select where I like to go. Remember I have to get off the train first. How do I do it? I'm not so sure about it. Set stop. Still confused. How do I plan my tracks going forward? Are they coupled again already? Okay, yeah. Oh, Percy number 3, and then close the door. I'll go to okay up this side. Close the door. Can I close the door? Strange. I'll just jump. Can I just let the door open? Oops. Well, never mind. Just get first Percy here. Drive him from here. So select my train. Okay, I just have to select my train here. Point at first move. Close later. So a set path here. Okay, just click on that one to select path. And we will have a short journey to Vickers Town platform. I don't know which one. This way. I will select platform 1. This point. Okay, I'm going to go with 3 Percys here. That's so strange. One whistle and then 2 others follow each other. Something like that. Okay, his face. So they have slightly, they have actually have the same faces. Okay, I want photo mode. And I would like to zoom in. Something like this. So that's 3 Percy. I'm going to take a picture of it. And I think I want to use this photo as the cover photo for this live stream then. I'm going to change it later. And if possible, I would like cut up this short video and post it to the channel, show that actually 3 persons sticking together. I think I'm not the first one to find out this, but this is just a little bit like, I'll call it interesting, maybe. His face doesn't look happy at all. They actually have. Oops, I missed it. I think they could actually have different expressions. So it goes slowly. He's a small engine, so although we got 3 of them here. Look, they actually have different face expressions. They do not necessarily have the same. I think it's the same. It feels like it's the same for the last 2. But for the first Percy there, he's having something slightly different sometimes. This one's a straight camera. Oh, just this. Okay, I'll get internal driver stats. Ooh, go faster. feels so strange to see one person all together. Well, I don't think that's something you usually see anywhere in the TV show. This just happened. Three persons toys, and only for those that can link them up together. So actually that more possibilities. Like you could rephrase something like Gordon is pushing James with coaches from behind, or like someone else is helping with the other engine out there. So you can actually rephrase something like that. You can whistle something. It could actually slow down and someone else in here. Okay, so let me slow down a little bit. Persons to stop here. Okay, I'll get up Percy. I'll spawn another train. I'll get Gordon here. Just Gordon. The direction is a little bit strange. Oops, doesn't let me spawn the train here. Then where could I spawn it? Nope. Could we only spawn him at the station? I think no. I think I have seen them spawn anywhere else. Is there something wrong with the direction of it, or? Nope. What about we get another person? Oops. You're like, no. Well, never mind. I'll get it fully set up next time before I start the journey. So now I have to get back on Percy. Close the door and continue our journey. Okay, it's already slightly more than an hour here. So I'll get 3 persons to go to the station out there. Which one are we driving it? So, working with the main line. But I feel like this is really a... Yeah, it's how this is really... This kind of points. Just try more basic science, like some lights, very weak lights out there. Go fast. How long is that tunnel? How long is this tunnel? I don't forget now the exit of it. So let's just finish off which we can act on the zone. Like, yeah, it's like it worked. First time second like it worked. Okay, we're seeing the tunnels soon. I think there should be no bricks blocking the exit. And we do not have Henry in the game yet. Although I'm not sure if they will put Henry into the game in the future. We don't have him now. Wow. So maximum speed is 75 miles per hour per person. How far away from the station? Oh, so I saw the sign. First town. And we're going to get to the station very soon, I think. I don't think we have. I'm not sure to this area yet. This one should be far away from anywhere any locations that we've seen installed so far. This one is near the other edge, on the other side of the map. So that's my first town. I see a little branch line out there. They go somewhere else. Yes. Do I have to change direction is that? Or too many oops. Okay, a little bit lucky. But we don't have to change direction ourselves. Oops. It's kind of like a little bit laggy here. I'm not sure if it's the problem of my computer or the problem of the game or the problem of like having 3 person at once. Go a little bit forward. I actually want to go to the edge of the map since we're right first town. I think the edge is actually the yard or something like that. This one counts objective completed. And then let me choose. So I'll set path. I'll try the edge of the map then. Somewhere here. Okay, this is unreachable. So probably what about this point? Still unreachable, but and then why do you have that long track out there? If we cannot drive to there. Could I drive to here? No. What about this one? Nope. Oh, I could go to that side. Try some. But I go here. Oh, I could go on that outside track. I'll give it a try. That path and then go really far away. Oh, then let's do this. So, yeah. So let's go now. I'll finish this live stream off once we have get to that faraway point near the ending of the track out there. 3 persons. Wow, it's just I don't know what to say, but 3 persons at a time. So I can actually see many things special about the two tracks next to us because they don't let us choose those tracks. Oh, too fast, too fast. I think there's the whistle sign. So it's the quite of distance out there fast. It's like fast. And the signs there in the yard. Is there anyone actually living in Hagerstown? Oh. Oh, this one is the British, I think. Sketch about the tracks nearby, just passing a river over the bridge. Is there anything special about it? Wow. The camera is just... Wow, I see something scary, I think. Well, anyway, that's the camera angle thing again. Okay, end of section, you have reached the edge of the represented area. Wait. Okay, it just directly stopped me from here once I reached the edge of the represented area. Okay, let me return home. So how that actually happens once we have reached that edge of the map. So let me see. Let me think about which story should I pick for the next live stream here. There's still quite a bit. Like still have like 2 more stories for James. Probably 2 more stories for James. And then not many stories left behind. 1 James story here, and then we have another story for James, and then 1 story for Gordon, and then the other one should have been finished. Otherwise, there are only like Shunts of Challenge left behind. Yeah, many stories take place at Netflix. So Emily with 1 story. Then this one is Diesel and Thomas. And then this one is Percy and James. So we have James and Percy stories. So if we do not have the deluxe version, could we actually play with this one? Or will James actually appear in the game then? But because I already have the deluxe version on hand, so I cannot tell about this. So anyway, well, this wrap up my live stream here. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next live stream. And I wish everyone have a good day. See you.